Coming up next on the Season 14 finale of Making Moves. Transit returns to Murray Hill with new service and a new name.
We are excited at this point in time to be able to bring service to the Murray Hill area. It is the Route 14B.
Thousands of Jaguars fans take the Gameday Xpress to the stadium. But construction at the sports complex is forcing changes to this year's service. We'll tell you what you need to know.
For just this coming year, we're going to suspend service from FSCJ, and we're going to move all of that transportation from there over to Kings, and we will have the continuous shuttle going from Kings, and everything will be dropping off at the B lot instead of the loop.
Peak hurricane season has arrived. Eugene Lindsay tells us how JTA is preparing for the next big storm and what you need to know if you need to evacuate to a shelter.
As soon as the order for evacuation comes, we will switch to a weekend schedule to free up some buses to do the evacuation routes.
Some of the world's top transportation experts are coming to Jacksonville this month. We hear from CEO Nat Ford on why they're coming and why it's important for the city.
We're very excited about this honor and this opportunity. We look forward to hosting the international visitors and showing them our great city, and then also sharing with them some of the initiatives we have underway here in Jacksonville at the JTA.
And we'll have reaction from local educators and students as they stock up on school supplies, courtesy of JTA Cares.
Teachers need many things, and every item helps, every item counts.
The Season 14 finale of Making Moves starts right now.
Hello and welcome to the Season 14 finale of Making Moves. I'm Bill Milnes. Thanks for joining us. We begin today in Murray Hill, where residents there will soon be getting back an old bus route with a new name to go along with an already expanded Ready Ride option in that area. When a pandemic-fueled driver shortage forced JTA to suspend the Route 15, it left the Murray Hill community without regular bus service. To help compensate, JTA added a Ready Ride shuttle to cover some of the area.
So we've got lots of mobility tools in our toolbox. One of those is our Ready Ride service. So it's a micro-transit service, and it will get door to door all throughout the entire community. And so for some folks, that's a better way to travel than the fixed route service. And they can get right to the grocery store, right to the senior center, right to the library. And it's a great transportation option for the neighborhood.
In the months since, JTA has continued to hire and train new drivers with the goal of returning full-time service to the Murray Hill neighborhood. That time has come. JTA's Chief Operating Officer, Charles Frazier, says that starting October 10th, JTA will resume full-time service on the old Route 15 schedule. Only now it will be called the 14B.
We are excited at this point in time to be able to bring service to the Murray Hill area. It is the Route 14B, and it's really going to be connecting folks in the Murray Hill area directly to downtown, which is going to be a huge convenience for everybody in that area.
In the meantime, JTA is running complimentary trips on the 14B on a reduced schedule. There will be 4 trips during both the morning and evening peak times to help residents get to work and school and connect to other routes at the Jacksonville Regional Transportation Center. On Monday, October 10th, the 14B will go into full service with its regular full fare. The route will initially run every 60 minutes on weekdays and every 90 minutes on Saturdays and Sundays. Frazier says that having the combined transit option of both the fixed route bus and Ready Ride will give residents better access to all the places they need and want to go.
The combination of the microtransit zone and the Route 14B gives people access to the JRTC, where they can transfer to all of our other services to get to any part of Duval County. So that's one great opportunity there. But then again, just the ability to get door to door within the zone itself is a great transportation option for many of the community members.
New 14B schedules are available at the JRTC. Jaguars football is back this month. The team kicks off their home schedule on September 18th at TIAA Bank Field against the arch rival Indianapolis Colts. And when they do, the NFL's premier stadium shuttle service, JTA's Gameday Express, will make sure to get you to the game on time and ready to cheer on the Jags to what we all hope is the first of many victories this season.
The reason we do this is to provide the Jaguar fans with an opportunity to get to and from the games without the hassle of parking. They come here, they park their cars, they pay, they get on our buses, and we take them directly to the stadium.
But as we first told you on our last show, construction around the stadium is forcing some changes to the Gameday Express this year. Take a look at this aerial shot from the Making Moves Skycam. As you can see in the area just to the west of the stadium, improvements to the sports complex, including the new Miller Electric Performance Center, are now fully underway. That means one of the main pickup and drop-off points for the shuttle is no longer accessible. That was the stop for shuttles previously running from FSCJ downtown and the Armsdale Park and Ride lot on the north side.
For just this coming year, we're going to suspend service from FSCJ, and we're going to move all of that transportation from there over to Kings, and we will have the continuous shuttle going from Kings, and everything will be dropping off at the B lot instead of the loop. We're doing that for the protection and safety of our customers because we could not get them any closer than over a half of a mile away from the stadium, and then they would have to walk through construction to get to the stadium.
Lot B is located on the east side of the stadium, directly across Gator Bowl Boulevard from the TIAA Bank Field. Gameday Express parking will be available at any of 4 locations this season. The Kings Avenue garage on the south bank will be the primary service lot and will be in continuous operation throughout the game. You can also pick up the shuttle at the Armsdale Park and Ride lot on the north side. That's located near Lem Turner and I-295, at Phillips Highway and J. Turner Butler Boulevard on the south side. And for you folks at the beach, there is a pickup at Wingate Park on Penman Road in Jacksonville Beach. Now, season passes for the Gameday Express are $60 for the Kings Avenue garage and $80 for all suburban lots. Single game passes are $10 for Kings Avenue and $15 for suburban locations. All tickets are digital and available through the Token Transit mobile app. A link is available on the JTA website and in your phone's app store. It's called the Low No Grant Program, and it's run by the U.S. Department of Transportation. The program provides funding to state and local government authorities for the purchase or lease of zero-emission and low-emission transit buses. And they just awarded JTA over $15 million. The authority will retire 21 diesel buses and replace them with compressed natural gas-powered buses. JTA first began adding CNG buses to its fleet with the launching of the First Coast Flyer Green Line. That was back in December of 2015. It also plans to add 6 next-generation carbon-neutral electric buses. The Low No Grant Program purchase will help JTA push its total of low or no emission buses in its fleet to over 150. The decommissioning of the nearly 24 diesel buses will reduce that total to only 40. JTA has made sustainability a key theme in its latest 5-year strategic plan, Move 2027. Welcome back to Making Moves. As we head into fall, the summer heat starts to wane, and it can be some of the best weather of the year. But it can also be some of the most dangerous. September and October are when the tropics begin to really heat up, and the probability of having a tropical storm or hurricane increases dramatically. So we must all remain vigilant and most of all be prepared for the worst. And that advice is just as important for businesses like the JTA. Making Moves senior correspondent Eugene Lindsay tells us what JTA must do to not only protect all of its facilities, buses, and employees, but make sure anyone who needs help evacuating to a shelter can do so safely.
So far, the 2022 hurricane season has been relatively quiet, with just 3 named storms and none of those reaching hurricane strength. But as we move into the latter half of the season and the tropics routinely become much more active, that can quickly change. So now is the perfect time to double-check your hurricane preparedness. And the JTA is doing just that.
We look at our continuity of operations plan. We look at our all hazards plan. We revise them and update them. We use guidance from the city of Jacksonville because they're the ones who will assign this as an emergency or the need to start our preparation.
The JTA will work hand in hand with the Jacksonville Emergency Operations Command Center to ensure they have real-time information as the storm approaches. It all happens right here in this room. The mayor of Jacksonville, along with mayors from Baldwin, Atlantic Beach, Neptune Beach, and Jacksonville Beach, all gather with representatives from various city agencies, the military, and JTA. This space becomes a literal think tank. Their primary focus is to keep the entire community as safe as possible during a storm.
In our case, we wind up at the Emergency Command Center for the city of Jacksonville. As far as safety and security, there is a transportation contingent that will wind up there as well. Facilities and systems development will all wind up there. So as the storm moves closer, JTA officials will know just the right time to elevate their plans to the next level. And if an evacuation order is given, the JTA is ready to help move people out of harm's way.
As soon as the order for evacuation comes, we will switch to a weekend schedule to free up some buses to do the evacuation routes. But there is no limit, depends on the storm. We will have supervisors stationed at every one of those pickup spots and hubs to be able to get as many people evacuated as we can. We are the #1 call for getting people out of those flood-prone areas. We have 4 designated pickup spots that residents can go straight to be transported to a shelter. That is Mayport Middle School, Jacks Beach Elementary School, Fletcher High School, and Baldwin Middle School.
Gerasi says residents can also look for any JTA bus on a regular route that has evacuation on its display panel. These buses will take you to a transfer hub where evacuees can then be taken to a shelter. And if a Category 3 or greater hurricane threatens to come our way, their entire bus fleet is moved to higher ground at Cecil Field for safekeeping.
The buses will be cleaned, they will be completely fueled, they will be getting ready and prepared for the eventuality of the storm.
So once the storm passes, the JTA is prepared to resume normal operations as quickly as possible. In Jacksonville, Eugene Lindsay, JTA Making Moves.
You may remember back in January, Duval County Public Schools was facing a transportation crisis and didn't have enough school bus drivers to adequately provide full coverage for all the students in the district. So in stepped the JTA with a pilot program offering free rides to middle and high school students at any Duval County public, charter, or private school. Now, as Making Moves correspondent Vicky Gutierrez reports, the authority has made the My Ride to School program a permanent one.
It's pretty clear that it is helpful.
In the face of a nationwide bus driver shortage, Duval County Public Schools leaders have been looking for all of the help they can get. Assistant Superintendent of Operations Paul Suarez, who oversees transportation in the district, understands the challenges all too well.
As Assistant Superintendent, I'm sitting back looking at the broader kind of array of what's going on and looking for ways to remove the severity, of the issue.
But as of January of this year, the district got a big boost. Not necessarily in the form of big yellow buses, but in the form of public transit.
We are really excited about this opportunity to introduce these young riders to our system.
That's JTA CEO Nat Ford at the official launch of My Ride to School, which initially began as a pilot program. Joined by both district and city leaders, Ford shared the authority's vision of JTA buses serving as an additional option for students and coming at no cost to them or their families.
Giving every child, regardless of the neighborhood, the tools they need to be successful. This is a great example of that.
Through the program, Duval County middle or high school students have been riding JTA buses for free, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Riders can choose from 34 routes, including First Coast Flyer bus rapid transit routes, with stops already at or near many local schools. In other words, by taking advantage of buses already running at the city level, more resources could be freed up at the district level.
For example, a student attending Fletcher Middle or high school at the beach has access to the Route 10, which is just a few feet from their classrooms. Students at Andrew Jackson High School can use the Route 1. Terry Parker High and Arlington Middle School students have Route 23, and so on.
Now, as it is, the school district has a lot of school buses that run during the school day. Soares says that's about 850. But the issue is when after-school programs are in session, that bus run is limited. And that's where leaders say the My Ride to School program fills a very important gap.
Getting to and from is just a huge challenge with an 840 square mile county. So this helps in a lot of ways where people wouldn't have any other means.
This is an opportunity for our families to consider another option, to consider getting their middle and high school students to school, back home, and even to after-school jobs or activities that they may consider to participate outside of school.
City Council President Terrence Freeman takes the benefits of the program even further, pointing to social and economic benefits.
These kids are getting rides to school. These kids are getting rides to jobs. And if you enter into conversations that often talk about how can we reduce crime, how can we make a difference and make an impact in the lives of our future generations, it's jobs and it's education.
Thus far, Soares estimates that in its pilot phase, hundreds took advantage of the program daily. But as the program moves from pilot to permanent, leaders believe the potential impact only stands to grow.
Those young riders, hopefully in the future, will become adult riders, and so there's a lot of benefit to our community from a school student standpoint and from a JTA ridership standpoint.
On the South Bank, Vicky Gutierrez, JTA Making Moves.
If there's one constant about being a college student, you're likely broke most of the time. And that can make it difficult to get to places you need or want to go, like school, shopping, the beach, or visiting your friends. So last fall, JTA, just like it did with the local middle and high school students, offered eligible college students a way to help with their travel needs. And the best part, it was completely free.
Transportation and JTA is about giving students options. So with this pass, students have the option to use it once a week, 5 times a week, or even on the weekends to go to their job.
And now JTA has also made the college program permanent. To be eligible for the free rides, you must be a full-time or half-time student at any one of these colleges or universities: Jacksonville University, the University of North Florida, FSCJ, Edward Waters University, Trinity Baptist College, and Chamberlain College. To get the free pass, students will register with ID Me. That's at tokentransit.com/Jacksonville/college. That will verify their college enrollment. It's a process JTA's revenue manager, India Freeman, says takes less than 3 minutes and can be done anywhere.
I envision students doing this in their dorm room, in their car, at home, any place, because you can register for the program any place.
Your unlimited ride free pass will be delivered to your smartphone almost immediately after your college enrollment has been verified. All you have to do is then scan the barcode on the ticket validator when you board your JTA bus, and off you go. Transportation experts from around the globe will be descending on Jacksonville later this month as JTA plays host to the International Association of Public Transportation. Known as the UITP, the organization is based in Belgium with nearly 2,000 members in over 100 countries. Jacksonville will be the host city for its North American Forum.
For the JTA, hosting the North American UITP conference is a great honor. And I think it's also a testament to the work that we're doing here in Jacksonville related to public transportation, but really looking at the entire transportation spectrum and how do we get passengers to public transportation. They bike, they walk, they may park at a park and ride and then use public transportation. That is right in the wheelhouse of what we are proposing here in Jacksonville in terms of the vision in our Move 2027 plan, our vision for Northeast Florida. And it's how you balance all of these different modes and use, I guess, public transportation as the shared ride of choice for our community. And so we're very excited about this honor and this opportunity. We look forward to hosting the international visitors and showing them our great city, and then also sharing with them some of the initiatives we have underway here in Jacksonville at the JTA.
And as we always do, Making Moves will bring you full coverage from the North American Forum on a future show. Welcome back to Making Moves. Over the years, we've brought you many stories on JTA's community outreach initiative, JTA Cares. Everything from Thanksgiving meals to pop-up clothing displays at the Veterans Job Fair. Reaching out to those in need is an important part of what JTA employees do. Making Moves associate producer Carlos Bouvier shows us how the JTA Cares effort helped ensure hundreds of local students had supplies for the start of the new school year.
Today we're here at Armsdale at our Test and Learn Center. This is obviously the location where the JTA kind of does their R&D work with autonomous vehicles. So why we're out here today is we've got a bunch of backpacks, as you can see here behind me. The team has been packing backpacks since earlier this week. And we've kind of leveraged this site for two reasons to execute this initiative. Number one, it's our Test and Learn Center, so we can expose the community to autonomous vehicles while we're here. And then number two, we can provide a service to our community by giving them backpacks to help them as they go back to school. And then we also have a location where we can provide supplies for our teachers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Inside the backpack? Yeah, y'all got.
Community outreach and public engagement is a very important thing for us. It's part of our vision, it's part of our culture at the JTA. So we decided to come together as a team, have the interns kind of run this particular project.
We came today because a teacher notified us that they were having the giveaway, and she knows that I have a need for the children. I'm their guardian. The school will buy school supplies for them, but it's $120 for 4 children. What do you want?
We feel this is a way we can give back to the community and make sure the kids have their supplies they need to be successful in the upcoming school year. So for us, it's part of our mission, right? It's part of our core values and it's part of our goals.
I feel really good to be a part of it, but it's so cool to see them. They're so excited with their new backpacks. And I asked them, I'm like, are you excited to go back to school? And they're like, yes.
We always know that teachers have to sometimes purchase their own supplies. In response to that, we figured, well, let's do both. Let's identify backpacks for the kids, but let's also identify supplies for the teachers to make sure that they're healthy from an inventory perspective.
Teachers need many things, and every item helps, every item counts. We're able to take this back and go to the school and utilize it to the best that we can do as teachers. So I'm grateful that you all have this opportunity for teachers to come as well as parents. Thank you all so much.
The internship, we see it as an ecosystem. So of course the interns, they come into the JTA, they get to work in a variety of different areas such as autonomous vehicles. But for us, as part of our vision and core values, is also a very, I think, heavy focus on public outreach and community engagement. So they were actively involved in really pulling this all together.
So I think giving back to the community and reaching out to the community is really important. Just having a program itself is okay, but you want to be in touch with your community. They're the ones who are going to help drive us in our future.
They learned a very important point, and that point is to be engaged in your community and to always give back. And selfless service is a very powerful thing.
Y'all ready for the surprise? It's an ice cream truck out there.
So we brought an ice cream truck out here and the kids just love it. It's great. Who doesn't like ice cream, right? That's just the cherry on top.
Ice cream, right?
Many of you have likely watched the TV show Undercover Boss. It's where a CEO puts on a disguise and does various jobs within his or her company to see how things operate. Employees find out that the executive really cares about how things run, what works, and what needs improvement. Recently, JTA CEO Nat Ford visited the authority's customer service call center. Ford said he wanted to learn more about how the call center works and then listen in to some live calls to find out what's on the mind of JTA customers.
Well, our customers are so critical to the JTA and what we do every day. And our job is to serve them in the best way we can and provide them high levels of customer service. On a monthly basis, as the CEO, I receive a report that tells me how we're doing, and it calculates the number of complaints we have, as well as compliments and requests for information and travel directions. And it's one thing to see those reports, and we're doing very well, and we're trending in the right direction. But it's another thing to actually hear the customer's voice. And so what I wanted to do today was take some time to listen to some of our customers, some of those questions, and really humanize some of those statistics that I receive on a regular basis because you will have a different perspective sitting in and listening to these calls and listening to our very professional customer service agents here.
So next time you call the JTA, that voice on the other end might just be the CEO. And that wraps up this season 14 finale of Making Moves. We thank you for joining us and hope you'll join us again next time as we kick off our 15th season here on WJXT Channel 4. If you want to watch any of our shows again, we welcome you to check out our YouTube channel. A direct link to our YouTube page is available at jtafla.com. Just click on the icon at the bottom of the page. For the entire Making Moves team, I'm Bill Milnes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time for season 15.